Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, we have made it to August 2023. I don't know how we've made it here. Made it here hanging on by the skin of our teeth, but we're here. So, time for our monthly predictions reading to figure out what in the hell can we expect for this month. What is coming down the pipeline? What do we know? What can we know? What are we allowed to know? What should we expect? All right, so let's go ahead and dive right on into this. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. Got a good track record here. Gonna keep trying to add to that. Pulling up the cards over there and moving this microphone right here. Yeah, let's get shuffled up here, shall we? Oh, y'all. I feel like, how is it already August? And also, how are we not in 2024 by now at the same time? Like, it's just such a weird two ways to feel about it, but I do feel two ways about it. So as I get shuffled up here, as always, this is open internationally. We're going to take a look at anything and everything that could want to come up during this reading across the world, so open to our international viewers here. We take a look at politics, we take a look at the economy, health and wellness, anything that needs to come up here. And we always have two videos with this. We always have the main video here and an extended video for the Perk Squad members, for people who would like a little bit of extra context on what to expect in August 2023. So let's take a peek here, starting with politics. What can we expect, dare I ask, August 2023 as it relates to politics? Oh, let's see. Oh, God. Don't all fall out at once. The first one that flipped over on that pile was this card, so I'm taking it. Okay. Y'all, look at all the swords cards coming out here. I know not all of them are swords. Oh, that one was flipped. Interesting. What the hell? We are literally like less than 3 minutes into this damn thing, and a card came. I'm noticing how there's like really swords heavy energy here, and then a card falls out like this, and I'm like, what? That's weird. Let's flip it on over, and it's the damn Tower card. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. Like, what a way to start right out of the gate. Any others flipped up that we need to know about in here? No, see? The Tower card was the only one that was flipped in the pile. As we're doing this, I'm looking. None of these are flipped the improper way. It was just this one. Can I say stick a fork in me? I'm done and just go ahead and quit with this reading. Is this all we needed to know already? I swear, let's ask Penelope. She's in her matching whites, you know. What do you think, Penelope? You think we need to keep going? All right, let's go. So, why I was like, wow, lots of swords energy is because swords, it's the suit of mental clarity, of the mind, of, you know, it's air signs, it's the sharpness, the acuity or lack thereof going on in the environment. And so as we're starting with politics, we always start with the category of politics in these monthly readings. We've already got a lot of mind energy going on. We've already got a lot of mental clarity and the lack thereof. And if you're wondering if, you know, this is kind of illuminating clarity or the lack, I'll give you a hint. One of these is upright. The other three are in reverse. So 3-1 lack of mental clarity over mental clarity. So already politically speaking, we're looking at confusion, obfuscation. We're looking at things that are pitched one way to us that are actually a different way, but we're being misled. Looking at those types of themes, and that is interesting to me. All right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Again, I say what I see. Don't hold back. So from here, it's like charging ahead, trying to get to the truth about a matter. However, that matter that they're trying to get to the truth out of, there's already an outcome decided based on that. They're already moving forward on that outcome that they have decided. And they are pretending that that's not the case. Oh, no, that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here actually is XYZ. It's exactly what it looks like. It's not that, so just muddying the waters, kind of people possibly realizing what's going on, some people, and those people are like, all right, I'm going to take a step back. If this is what's actually happening, I'm going to take a step back. And then the Tower card in reverse here, that's kind of again, an imploding inwards rather than an outwards thing. It's not upright, so it's not necessarily an outwards thing. It's an inwards thing. And so politically speaking, some kind of, like, whatever this thing is that's happening, it's going to kind of cave in on itself a little bit here. So it feels like whatever this is probably already to some degree going on. So I don't see this scenario as being something that starts in August. I think whatever this is referring to, the ball is already rolling. It is already something that has started, that's kind of in the works. It's just that in August 2023, we're going to see that the people who are trying to get to the bottom of it and find out the truth, they're going to start to realize that decisions have already been made and things are already moving forward in a certain direction, and that, it was all just a show to pretend like, oh, we're going to get to the bottom of something, that's all just for show. And people are going to kind of start to realize that, and that's going to create some contention, some issues, and we're going to have that internal Tower moment where people start calling out other people from the inside about this. And so here we are, you, me, the rest of us normies, just going to be sitting here popping the popcorn and watching this go down. Like, oh hell, look at this. So for all you Perk Squad members that have the pig and the popcorn, go ahead and put that down below, because that's going to be August for a lot of us, watching the political scene as this weird internal implosion starts happening. Again, inside, in the ranks, it's going to be something to watch here. It's going to be something to watch. Wow. It's going to feel like when you put two beta fish in a bowl together and they're not supposed to be, and they kind of start duking it out. And it's not pretty. That's kind of the image that they're getting me here. By the way, I've never done that before, and I hope none of you have ever done that before to poor little old beta fish. I've just heard that is what happens when you do that. And that's the mental image they gave me for this, which, not the best mental image to have, but I don't get to pick and choose the mental images. They just put that in there how they do. So that's the first thing that I'm seeing here for politics. Let's get some more information on what we can expect in politics in August 2023. Anything else that we can know about politics in August 2023? Lord, let's see. Wow, okay. Very interesting. Stark contrast there. Okay, so got two other things that they're kind of throwing out here. One thing that they're throwing out here is that there is going to be, politically speaking, this certain type of, how do I put this, alignment, allyship forming between two individuals or two entities that were not yet connected. It's kind of like when you see things where they're like, oh, what an unexpected pair these two made, or like, oh, so this is so and so, and now they're coming out to speak on this person's behalf. Like, oh wow, I didn't know that they were going to cape for them. There's some kind of an alliance / alignment that will form, politically speaking, in August, that will be interesting to watch, because not that it feels completely unlikely that it would happen, but that people didn't necessarily see it coming, kind of thing. But that in some ways, if you sit and think about it, that you would be like, how could it not? This is just something that, it was just naturally going to build this way. Things were going to end up this way. If the progression kept going, this was going to eventually happen. And so it's a matter of how you look at it, but it's interesting that this is going to come into play. And when this happens, it looks like there's at least one person, most likely a female, who is going to be unhappy about this, and probably publicly, verbally unhappy about this. So let's say this kind of alliance, collaboration, alignment happens between these two individuals and or entities / groups. Let's say that happens, and this one person is like, know what, this pisses me off. I'm going to speak out about this. I'm going to say something about this. And they just try to sling mud and discredit whatever this is that's going on. And they very publicly have something to say about it. We're going to see this person rebelling, and all the people who follow this person, respect this person, might be in agreement with them and be like, yeah, what the fuck? And, jump on the train. And so it's not like we need any new things to fight about and divide us over. We've already got plenty of those currently in the works, but here's a new opportunity if you missed yours already. August 2023, Lord help us. So that's one thing. The bottom row here, something totally different. I feel like we have already, across the last, 1, maybe 2 years, maybe more, had some very interesting and, debatably fairly serious, things coming up politically that also crossed into legal territory. And we've had legal decisions come out that some people have been happy about, some people have been very upset by, and there's something here in August 2023 that has to do with another legal decision. And in this case, it looks like there's going to be quite an unhappy crowd relative to whatever this is, because as at least how the guides are presenting this legal decision is not going to be entirely fair. So legal decisions are supposed to be fair. They're supposed to be just, to bring about justice. They're supposed to be without bias. They're supposed to be objective interpretations of the law. We know what they're supposed to be. There's some, thoughts that isn't what always happens realistically. And that is kind of what we're going to be looking at in August, that we're going to see legally some things that interface with politics some sort of a way, coming down the pike, and in the spirit guide's perspective, not being fair, just, or okay. So that's probably going to be controversial. I can feel like it's going to be controversial. When you get the Justice card here, you see you got one hand with the sword up, one hand down holding the scales here. And so, you know, sometimes that's splitting. Sometimes that's, some people are thinking this way, some people are thinking this way. It doesn't always mean we're all on the same page about it, but that's what they're showing here. And so, I feel like I'm losing steam already in this reading, and we're not even but like 15 minutes in, because I'm just like, damn, we saw something that was going to create potential arguments, more things up here that could create potential arguments, more things down here that could create some potential arguments. And I feel like politically we're already riddled with things that create arguments and disagreements and controversy. And here we go with new things popping up in August 2023. So it's just a little bit disheartening to see that, although, you know, they always do tell us to trust the process, that there's a reason for everything, to just kind of keep watching and keep participating in the best ways we know how. But, whew, there's that. And right next to it, we see that some people are going to lay low and be like, you know what? I want to sit this one out. I just can't. I can't do another one. I can't do another thing. And so there's going to be some people that just fully unplug. And as they unplug, it looks like for now, if that's their choice, they'll be able to unplug, but not for long. Not for long. So maybe there's certain groups that are like, okay, I'll take the L, I'll take the loss, I'll sit back. And then later they're like, you know what? No, I found my voice again. I'm going to have to speak up again. So this is one of those kind of like a UFC fight where maybe somebody wins round 1, but somebody else wins round 2. So this is kind of, I hate to word it this way, but it's what popped in my head, but kind of like the whole, you know, so-and-so might win the battle, but then so-and-so might win the war kind of thing. It's like, yeah, pick and choose your battles. There will be more. There will be more than one. So, heat rising, politically speaking, in August 2023 already. So let's pull these up and look at our next category that's usually quite similar to this, because the next category has to do with the economy and finance, and those things are heavily affected by politics, for better or for worse. And so we're about to see what that is gonna look like here. So I'm gonna get shuffled up here to see what that looks like. And again, like I said, there will be, after we kind of take a look at several different categories here, there will be a second video on the Perk Squad channel. So for people who want to be members of the Perk Squad, you can click the blue join button below or the link in the description box. Lots of different perks to the Perk Squad, including this one video shout out. Shout out to you, Lucky Charms. Thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. You've been a member for quite a long time, and we're happy to have you. So thank you, Lucky Charms, for being a member. Shout out to you. Alrighty. Economy. Whoo. What can we expect August 2023? Okay. Hey, that's a good first card. That's a good first card. I know y'all can't see it yet, but the lighting will fix itself as I put more down. You know? Let's count our blessings. There's some decent cards here, okay? I was wincing about asking this question, like, I don't know. But there's some decent cards here, so we got something to work with, all right? Hey, we'll take what we can, right? Take what we can. What I'm seeing here is overall, the economy in August 2023 has some really good potential here. I'm seeing some, should I say bounce back, or maybe resilience would be the word? I'm not sure the exact word, but it has that flair. Bounce back, resiliency, strength, sturdiness to it. That there's good grounding or good footing that the economy has in August 2023 that can be helpful and necessary right now. So what I'm seeing here is that there have been, how do I put this? Like something has been planted that will be able to take root and it will be helpful economically or financially speaking. And since I'm not seeing Wands cards, even if the Hermit is holding a staff, I'm seeing Pentacles cards. I'm going to take that to mean financially. Like if there's financially some sort of, I don't know if it's a financial system or a financial safety net, financial cushion, something financially speaking that has happened or is happening that is apparently supposed to be a good thing, and that is taking root in August 2023, and that is promising. It feels again, it feels like it's giving some sort of backing to something to help cushion it or help provide a safety net. I don't know how to describe this because I'm obviously not a financial advisor or, anybody that works on Wall Street or something. I'm not that type, so I don't know how to express this. So hopefully that makes sense to people who do understand that line of work, that there's something like that looks to be in place or coming in place to where it's taking root in August 2023, and this looks like it has some positive potential here. It doesn't look like everybody will know about it, which I guess makes sense. I don't feel like I know what they're talking about right now, and who knows, maybe even after August passes, I'll still won't know what the hell is going on. That's quite possible. But there's something here that people currently may not know about, but it doesn't mean that it's not being offered. Like that little gentle offering. And so it might be something that's happening again with the system behind the scenes. It's like, say you were, going to be a spectator watching someone tightrope across a canyon. You're there as the spectator. All you see is the person and the rope and them walking across. You may not be privy to the fact that at the bottom of the canyon, people have built a safety net there so that if the tightroper were to, lose their balance and fall, they'd fall in the safety net. You might get told that there's one there, but you can't necessarily see it, and you're not really participating in that actively as a spectator. There's that kind of a vibe going on as it relates to the economy and finance, and it's supposed to take root in August 2023 some kind of a way, and it's supposed to be mostly considered a good thing, at least at this point from what I'm looking at here. So that's actually a positive thing to see here that I was not expecting, and I don't even know how to adequately articulate that. But that's what I'm seeing here. Let's see if there's anything else on economy and finance that I can know here. Let's see. And as I'm pulling all of this, as usual, if you would like to book a private reading with me, then BeasTalksAndTarot.com. You can book a private reading there. All of my services that I offer are listed on my website. You can read all about them, whatever fits you, whatever floats your boat. So, what I'm seeing here, though, with the rest of kind of economy and finance, it looks like they're going from talking about finance more into the economy, because again, now we're kind of seeing a higher Wands card coming up in here, and the Pentacles card is in reverse right now, so this is kind of taking a back seat to this at the moment. And what they're showing here with the economy is that there is some aspect of the economy that would actually be getting better and developing some sort of silver linings. And again, we get that kind of partnership and collaboration card that makes it feel like strengthening and something positive happening. So as we're seeing some positives happening on the financial end, I'm also seeing some positives happen here on the economic end, so to speak. Tricky though, while that is going on one hand, and that's considered a good thing, there is also the other hand that is not considered the best of things, because we have a shooting ourselves in the foot card, a drop in the ball card, and a having to fight for it card. And so for where they might be doing well in trying to assist the economy in this aspect, somehow they're dropping the ball in assisting the economy in this aspect. And so it's kind of like when people come up with policies and it does benefit a certain subset of people, and it's like, great, good job, you did great. And then the other people are like, what about me though? Hi, I'm still here. You didn't address my concerns or my needs though. And that is kind of what I see here, that there are some perks that are going to come down the pipeline with economy in August 2023, and they will be good things and they will help a lot of people. However, there's going to be blind spots in that driver's seat, and the thing is, these are blind spots that would be predictable, would be foreseeable. It's just that people are not taking the time and energy to look. Because again, if you're driving, sure, you got some blind spots here in the back. Does that mean that literally you'll never see anything in that spot? No. You take the time to do the head turn. You look. You just take the initiative to take extra time and figure it out, or you be lazy and you don't do that. This looks like you could have done something though. You really could have. This was a foreseeable thing that you could have done something about, and you chose not to take the extra time, energy, and initiative because you didn't want to, because it wasn't important to you. So even if these good things come down the pipeline in relative to economy in August 2023, this blind spot is enough of a blind spot to be a bit of a slap in the face for those who it affects. So just throwing that out there, we've got to mix the good and the not so good in terms of finance and economy. So let's pull this up, reshuffle one more time before we do the Perk Squad extended video. And as I'm reshuffling this, I don't know if I ever said, but all of this is all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? All alleged, just my interpretation, the whole damn video. Everything that's already happened, everything that's gonna happen, all alleged, just my interpretation. Got a good track record on this channel, but I gotta say that. Just a girl reading cards here. So health and wellness and whatever else we need to know about that before we move on. Again, okay. I got some stuff flipping here, so I'm going to take the one that's at the top of that flip as I'm trying to shuffle. Okay. Ooh. Very interesting how these four have a similar vibe going on, and then this has a similar vibe going on, and the two don't go together. And that is really interesting here, how they decided to do that, because it's almost like, for lack of a better way of putting this, it's almost like, okay, 2/3 of society would fall into this camp, and 1/3 of society will fall into this camp in August 2023. And so, I mean, that's good for the majority of people and not so great for this minority down here. what they're showing here, again, this is, health, wellness, that can mean physical health, mental health, all of that. And given that they're showing these two cards, they're definitely going to talk about the mental health component here, because anybody that does tarot, y'all know this can go right into mental health territory here. So what we're looking at in August 2023 is that for 2/3 of us, we're going to have some solidly good directions in terms of our health and wellness. We're going to feel like overall people are doing pretty well. Overall, certain illnesses are being suppressed. Overall, people are feeling healthy and having energy to do what they need to do, finishing out the summer season here in the States and getting ready for fall weather coming. There might be people gearing up to go back to school and maybe feeling good about that, ready to go, ready to start, stuff like that. We're seeing some good potential here with work and relationships and family and inner strength related to August 2023. However, there looks like to be a minority, a third of the rest of us here, where we've got the Moon card in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse. And this is saying that this crowd is feeling like whatever it is that they've got going on internally, they're not being able to handle that well on their own. And it's getting worse. So if they were already struggling with certain issues, then whatever those issues they were struggling with are going to be compounded by what they experience in August 2023. So here's some just examples of possibilities of what that could refer to. Maybe people who were doing well during the summertime that are like, oh, I might get triggered when I go back to school. And then they do go back to school, so now here they are, vulnerable to whatever triggers they were worried about. Suddenly now they are susceptible to that again. And so, they're getting thrown back into the fire, so to speak. Or maybe that there were certain people that were doing, halfway okay with things until, summer starts dwindling down and they start thinking about the things that come with a shift in season, and then they start, declining, not doing very well. Or maybe with things that are going on societally, such as political things starting to take off and gear up a whole nother notch in August 2023, and they feel like their voice is getting lost in the political arena or something like that. There's any number of things that can happen that can catalyze that for this third of people, but it concerns me to see that they could be getting worse, because the more hurt people are, the more potential they have to hurt themselves and others just by not being as well and healed and okay as they could be. There's a potential for them to encounter problems for themselves, which is not great, or for them to inflict harm on other people, which is not great. And so I kind of worries me to see something worsening here. And again, this is that very polarizing energy. This feels more like them. This feels more like them. And we're growing further and further apart, because this feels like we're getting stronger and this feels like we're getting weaker. And so we're getting further and further on the polar opposite ends here. So got a lot of weird mixed bag of things coming down the pipeline in August 2023 from what we can see here. Just a lot of political chaos, a lot of weird polarization here in terms of health, wellness, mental health, and yet some fairly good things coming down with finance and economy, unless you're in the blind spot, in which case, sorry, that's a big fuck you to y'all, kind of thing. Or should say us, I'm not saying y'all as in I'm not a part of the y'all. We're fixing to see. So this is a bit of a clusterfuck of a month coming up here in August 2023. So just buckle up your seatbelts, try your best. Take care of yourself as well as you can. Keep an eye and an ear out for all of this coming down the pipeline. And again, if you need any help with any of that, BeasTalksAndTarot.com. You can schedule a private reading. You can get an energy healing for a cleansing, clearing tune-up. You can do the tarot tutoring to learn to read the cards the way I read the cards. Life coaching for people who are like, I just need help getting my shit together. Then okay, we can do that. So any of those things, BeasTalksAndTarot.com. Go ahead, check that out. Perk Squad, I'm coming at you with video number 2. I'm coming at you with our second video here, our extended video, to find out what else can we know about August 2023. What else can we know? And then all y'all percolators, of course, as always, there will be a B-roll here at the end, some kind of weird puppy shenanigans or whatever else that are lighthearted and help to end this video on a high note. So we're going to do that, and don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love me. Bye, love me. Bye, y'all. I guess it is comfortable in there. Scooter, are you comfortable, son? Are you comfortable, Scoot? I know this is rude, but I got your babies. Oh, he is out. He is out. Welcome, little bot. A head that's attached to the little bot. Welcome, sleepyhead. You're so cute. He looks like a little mouse.